So, what's the reason why this book was written? Why is this book written? This book is written because at the time when Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala was living, there was a lot of ittirab. There was a lot of chaos going on in the Muslim world at that particular time. So Ibn Taymiyyah speaks about it himself, because Ibn Taymiyyah was known to be a prolific writer. If anyone looks at the back right there and you see a small group of black books at the top, right there in the middle section. So you look at the middle section, right at the top you have these black books going from the beginning to end. That's only one, that's called Majmu' al-Fatawa. That's a group of books that Ibn Taymiyyah wrote from the top of his head. All of that going through a lot of parts of the religion. So in that book right there, he speaks about why he wrote this other small little risala known as Al-Aqeedah Al-Wasatiyyah. And he says, قَدِمَ عَلَيَّ مِنْ أَرْضِ وَاسِطٍ بَعْضُ قُضَاةٍ. He says that some judges from the land of Wasit came to me. Wasit is a town in Iraq. Nobody lives in Wasit anymore. I remember in January last year, or this year, in the beginning of January, I spoke about it just briefly. Wasit is a Medina mahjura. Nobody lives in Wasit anymore. It's just, يعني انقرضوا أهلها. So nobody lives in Wasit anymore. But at the time, Wasit used to be inhabited by people. Okay? And the person who came to him was known as Radiuddin Al-Wasiti. He was a sheikh. And من أصحاب الشافعي. He was a Shafi'i imam, Shafi'i sheikh, and he came to Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah. وشكى ما ناس فيه بتلك البلاد في دولة التتر. And he complained to Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah about the state of the people in Wasit, which was under the control of the Tatars. The Tatars are basically the descendants of Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan, who came from like the Mongolia, and he just came through and destroyed everything, destroyed Baghdad. They, ransacked the Muslim Ummah, went to Egypt and things like that. And if you're from that part of the world, then you're a relative from him, because he took so many women as concubines. Almost half of the world's population or something like that is related to Genghis Khan. على كل حال, the person complained من غلبة الجهل والظلم والدروس العلم this person came and he complained about the ignorance that was happening, the durus, which basically means that ilm was being left. So what did he say? سألني أن أكتب له عقيدة تكون عمدة له ولأهل بيته. He asked me to write this book that will be an umdah, something that I can refer to, that he can hold on to, something that he can rely upon for himself and Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, because where he lived there was no scholars. So Ibn Taymiyyah, after Salat al-Asr, from the top of his head, just wrote this book, and it is Aqeedah Wasatiyyah. فانتشرت النسخ في العراق ومصر والشام. Ibn Taymiyyah goes on to say that this book, in his own lifetime, ended up being something that people read all over the Muslim world at that particular time. So we're going to,